Hey there, welcome to this 10-minute simple warm-up yoga video. This is part of a series called Shot of Truth, where we confront a lie that we tell ourselves with some truth from the Word of God and by moving and breathing on our yoga mat. So the lie that this practice is confronting is the lie that says, I don't have time, I'm overwhelmed, it's too much, I can't do it all. The truth is, you do have time. God is in the everyday, ordinary, small things. And today may look different than spending time with God used to look in your life, or exercise may look different today than it used to, but God is still present in it. So let's absorb that and welcome that in. This practice is just a simple warm-up that is great to do before a bigger exercise practice at the start of a day or just on its own. We're going to work through Sun Salutation A, which is a sequence of poses that you'll find in most vinyasa yoga practices. And it's the series of poses that we sort of stack between different sequences, something to keep us moving and flowing. So we're going to work through it slowly, piece by piece, and then build a few of them together at the end to create just this really meditative, beautiful, thoughtful practice. So I invite you to close your eyes as you move through this and just really connect with your breath. Let your breath guide your movements and enjoy this simple warm-up in the Shot of Truth video. Beginning our practice standing at the front of our mat. Take a big breath in and reach your arms up over your head and then draw them together at prayer at your heart. Sweep them back up, interlace your fingers, and flip your palms up to the ceiling, reaching them up as you soften your shoulders down your back. Continuing to take big, full breaths in and out. On your next exhale, reach them over to the right side. Press down through your left foot for a side stretch. And then return to center, breath in, and as you breathe out, reach them over to the left, really anchoring down that right heel. Return to the center and stretch your palms out front, round your upper back here and pull your fingers away from each other so your shoulder blades get a stretch. Chin rolls in towards your chest as you take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, stand up straight, bring your palms together at your heart and just roll your wrists. Side to side, front and back, small circles. Beautiful. Release your hands now. Place them on your hips here, right at the top of your hip bones. Use these hands to help anchor your hips, rooting them down towards the floor. So tailbone reaches for the mat as the crown of your head reaches for the ceiling. Low belly drawn in, and with heart leading the way and your neck nice and long, slowly fold forward. Good. When you get down with your fingers towards the mat, just gently sway from side to side here. Soft bend in your knees as you sway. Head and neck are relaxed. Take a breath in, slide your hands up to your shins, and lengthen your spine halfway up. Shoulders are back, neck is long. And breathe out, fold back forward. Let's do this a couple more times. Breathe in, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Hands come to the mat and step back to your plank pose. Let's hold this here for 3 breaths. So where can you zip up and get strong? Inner thighs spin in, low belly draws in. Shoulders are back, and as your hands press into the floor, your shoulder blades spread so you find this nice source of stability in your upper body. Good, take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, tap your knees down, your hips and your heart slide forwards, elbows hug into ribs, and lower all the way down onto your belly. Take a breath in and find your baby cobra here. So hands right under your shoulders, heart nice and long. Good, as you breathe out, find child's pose. Hips to your heels, couple of deep breaths here. Why would you ever complain, O Jacob, or whine, Israel, saying, God has lost track of me. He doesn't care what happens to me. Don't you know anything? Haven't you been listening? God doesn't come and go. God lasts. He's creator of all you can see or imagine. He doesn't get tired out, doesn't pause to catch his breath, and he knows everything inside and out. He energizes those who get tired, gives fresh strength to dropouts. For even young people tire and drop out. Young folk in their prime stumble and fall, but those who wait upon God get fresh strength. They spread their wings and soar like eagles. They run and don't get tired. They walk and don't lag behind. Slowly return back to all fours. And once more, let's bring our hips and our heart forward. So our wrists are underneath your shoulders, but your hips hover over the mat. With elbows squeezing in, let's do 4 chaturanga push-ups here. So big breath in, exhale, lower halfway down. Breath in presses you back up, and hips come back to heel for child's pose. But continually moving, come back forward, finding this prep position, and then exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press it back up, hips to your heels. Good. Slide it back forward, breathe in. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up and back. And again, inhale, come back forward. Lower halfway, beautiful. Press it up and back. This time as you come forward, we're going to lower all the way down onto our bellies. When you get there, interlace your fingers behind your back or just reach them long behind you. Take a big breath in and roll your heart and your chest up off the mat. Ankles and shins and maybe your knees hover off the mat. Gentle back bend here. Good. Draw your chin in. Look over the bridge of your nose. Take one more breath in. Beautiful. Exhale, release it back down. Hands come underneath your shoulders. And we're going to make our way through down to downward facing dog, but come through child's pose as you get there. So staying on your knees, roll your hips back, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips up to the ceiling, finding downward facing dog. Let's just walk it out here. Pedal your heels, sway your hips, shake your head. Gentle warm up. Take a breath in and roll forward to plank pose. And as you exhale, roll it back, downward facing dog. Just like a wave of an ocean here. So knees bend as you roll back forward. As you exhale, hips lead the way as they reach it back up. Let's do this one more time. Slow roll out to your plank. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Walk or step or jump your feet forward, returning to your forward fold. With a soft bend in your knees here, rise all the way up to stand. Arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. And exhale, dive back forward. Hands slide up to your shins, lift halfway up. Use this to prepare as you slide your hands back down to the mat, step back for plank. Knees are going to tap down, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra, roll that chest open. Exhale, roll back to downward facing dog through child's pose. We're going to do this warm-up flow 2 more times. And these next 2 times, I'll walk you through a different and more intense variation of the sequence. You're welcome to try it, or just continue to do it with your knees lowered like we've been doing. So take one more breath here in your downward facing dog. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. Make this a moving prayer, a moving meditation as you stand all the way up. Big breath in, and as you breathe out, hands to your heart. Breath in, arms sweep overhead. Breathe out, dive back forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forwards. Step back to your plank pose. This time we'll keep our knees lifted and lower halfway down for a chaturanga push-up. As you inhale, untuck your toes, straighten your arms, pull your heart through for upward facing dog. Just your hands and the tops of your feet make contact with the mat here. Gorgeous. Downward facing dog. Hips lead the way. Take about 3 or 4 breaths here. I'm going to read you this quote from Frank Laubach, and it says this: "If every annoyance can be made to remind me to turn and grip your hand and ask you, what are you saying through this vexation? Then I can turn life's rough spots into your vocabulary. If I can do that perfectly, nothing can defeat my soul." Take a look at your hands and walk or step your feet forward. Last time, as you take a big breath in, sweep your arms up overhead, and then exhale, draw them back to your heart. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive back forward. Inhale, hands slide up, lift halfway. Breathe out, fold forward, step it back to plank pose. As you exhale, lower halfway down. And as you inhale, find your upward facing dog. Shoulders back, neck so long. Exhale, return to downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the mat and find your child's pose. The truth is, I do have time to spend with Jesus. I do have time to take care of me. It may not look like it used to look. It may not look like somebody else's. But Jesus is with me always. And my challenge is to turn every annoyance, every interruption that comes along my path and ask Jesus, what are you saying to me through this? And if I can turn that into the whispers of God in my life, then nothing can defeat my soul. Thank you for practicing with me today, friends. I will see you back here soon.